What's going on, guys? I'm Ryan back again here with Michigan Storm Chasers. Going to give you guys an update on post-tropical cyclone Beryl. We have a lot of rain on the way, perhaps some severe weather, although that threat is still highly up in the air at this point. So let's go ahead and dive right on into the current forecast model, fresh out of the printer this morning, the 12Z high resolution rapid refresh here. Move this through the time frame today. We're going to see rain begin, perhaps some pop-up showers right around the mid-afternoon time frame, 3, 4, 5 p.m. Let's go ahead and zoom into our lower Michigan look. There we go. All right, let's go back here to about 4 o'clock. We see some pop-up showers and storms across south central Michigan. Now, these are not expected to be strong or severe. These should just be heavy rain producers. All right. But as we move into the evening tonight, and especially the overnight, the heavier rain fills in from the south. There's your heavy rain right there. Overnight tonight. This is 3 in the morning here. Moving into Wednesday morning, that rain pushes a little bit further north, more rain up from the south. By 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., this rain is still dumping across south central Michigan as that finally lifts off to the north out of southern Michigan by late afternoon, early evening on Wednesday, but still scattered rain showers across much of the state there, all the way up for the entire lower part of Michigan there. But I want to highlight that corridor, see how that kind of trains over the south central part of Michigan for quite some time there. That's going to cause some issues. So go ahead and jump over here to our total precip accumulation rainfall totals. All right. On this model, we're going to go off of this model as it seems to have a pretty good handle on things. Looking at the overall expectation here, we got some pop-up showers there across south central Michigan today. Afternoon, evening, and then the heavy rain comes overnight tonight, and there is your heaviest swath of rain on the latest model guidance here. Here in the purples and aqua color, here we're getting reports of rain upwards of close to 4, 5, 6 inches possible within that heavier swath of rain. As a result of that, the WPC does have the southern part of Michigan in a marginal risk for excessive rainfall. We're talking about flooding here. Also over there in the southwest part, Kalamazoo, Berrien County, Van Buren, Cass, St. Joseph, Kalamazoo County, you're in a slight risk for excessive rainfall tonight up until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow, that threat shifts for basically the entire lower peninsula minus up there in northwestern toward Traverse City areas. Otherwise, you're in that excessive rainfall, slight and marginal risk there. Slight in yellow, that's your higher risk. Marginal is your lower risk, but still a risk for excessive rainfall. Your flooding potential, definitely a concern as this remnant Hurricane Beryl moves through here, starting this afternoon, but also moving especially overnight into tomorrow morning before that clears out tomorrow evening. So as a result of all this, the NWS has flood watches in effect here. They're dark green, all the way up from the thumb, all the way back down through southwest Michigan, all the way up to Mount Pleasant. The only counties not included right now in southern Michigan are Lenawee, Monroe, and Hillsdale counties. They may be added at a later time frame, but right now the highest confidence does suggest that the heaviest swath of rain does pass off just to the north and west of those counties. But watch for updates for sure if you happen to live over there. And of course, rain's going to still happen for you guys, even outside the flood watch. As we've seen here, this is going to be your rainfall accumulation. We'll see, totals here in Hillsdale, Lenawee, Monroe, upwards of 1 to 3 inches still. But in this heaviest swath here, assuming this is going to be where the heaviest is going to set up, 1 to, we're going to say 5 inches as possible, isolated 6 or 7, definitely on the table here. It's going to rain. It's going to be a really tropical air mass. It's going to rain hard. So as of that, the expected start time is this afternoon with pop-up showers. The heaviest comes overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, as for the severe weather threat, we've been talking about this for the past 2 days, looking at the overall track and expectation. Most of the severe weather should stay away from Michigan. Moving this again through the time frame, we're going to look at, again, zoomed in here on our Michigan look. We're going to look for the southeast corner over there by Detroit area for anything strong or perhaps severe. Early tomorrow morning would be the time frame for this, as these cells here on the southern, on the northern and southern edge of that fringe of that low pressure is going to be the main driver, main concern there. These cells right here would become the main concern across eastern Michigan. Overall, the atmosphere tomorrow does not look overly supportive. Here is your overlap of wind shear with instability. It's a very, very minimal air mass here in place early afternoon, right around the Detroit, Macomb County area. So if you happen to live by Lake Erie or Ontario there, from about Port Huron down to Monroe, that would be the main area to watch for anything strong or severe. If anything were to occur, damaging winds and brief, weak tornadoes would be the main concern. Although we're not overly concerned about this, that would be the areas that it would have to happen. It would have to, or that would be the area that it would be most likely to happen in, and that would be roughly from late morning tomorrow through the early afternoon on the day on Wednesday. That's the ARRR model. The NAM3 model also shows a little bit similar picture to the East Michigan solution. This is going to be your radar again. You got some pop-up cells this afternoon. Here comes the rain in. These cells right here, a little bit earlier in the morning. It says 5 in the morning, according to this model. Excuse me, 5 in the morning as we wake up. These isolated cells in here could be stronger. Overall concern for severe weather, again, quite low, but with these cells passing up from early morning up to about early afternoon is going to be the thing to watch tomorrow for anything severe. Looking at the environment, here is your forecasted environment. And again, very minimal environment in Michigan. You notice all over here in Ohio and Pennsylvania, that's going to be where the highest concern for severe weather is going to be. But if it can sneak into East Michigan, it would be probably right along the Lake Erie, Ontario, up to Port Huron areas, the very far eastern counties. All right. So, with that being said, we'll have updates if anything changes with that. And again, your main concern tomorrow would be gusty, perhaps damaging winds, and a few brief weak tornadoes would become a concern, just given a lot of wind shear here in place. Now, switching gears here as we move away from Beryl into the late part of this week, we are still watching an active pattern setting up on our models here, the GFS, European, the ensembles as well, all indicating some activity towards the end of the week into early next week. Starting with our overlap of wind shear instability on the GFS model, this is shown on the ensembles as well. So we'll go ahead and take a peek at this into Saturday. Here is your overall environment here across the Midwest. Michigan tries to sneak into a good environment on Saturday. It only increases from there. Here's Sunday. Look to the west. We have a really potent environment there for some severe weather. That's going to move into Michigan on Monday. And again, into Tuesday, it looks like it's going to be like a ridge-like pattern here that sets up multiple days of potential severe weather here in the Midwest and also potentially Michigan. No specifics just yet. We're still way out away from this. It's still just a time frame we're going to watch. But as always, we're going to take a peek at this as well on the CSU model. The CSU does a pretty good job at depicting higher probability corridor stuff like that. Starting with Saturday, we do have a low probability on severe weather for a wide area here. So not too concerned for Saturday just yet. Definitely looks to be highest concern off to our west. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and perhaps Wednesday as well would be our main concern. The CSU does put Michigan in the higher probability corridor here for Sunday severe weather chances. Again, on Monday, southern Michigan there as well. Higher chance of severe weather there in the yellow, especially where the black dot is indicating the highest chance would be over Chicago area. But again, yellow areas are still 15 to 30% probabilities according to this model. This is going to be for Monday. And then also Tuesday as well, a day to watch a little bit further to the south, but still in the vicinity of Michigan here. So a potentially active start from Saturday to roughly Wednesday. We're going to be watching and keeping an eye on. Right now, we can't get too specific with exact days, hazards, timing, stuff like that. Although right now it does appear to be at least a chance for multiple days of severe weather in the area. All right. With that being said, you guys stay dry. Also, just make sure you're taking your flood precautions. Flash flooding is a concern over the next 36 hours. Please make sure you're staying aware if you live in a low-lying area or by rivers and such, as flooding is probably going to become a concern as we move into that Wednesday timeframe. So you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Be sure to smash the like button for me on your way out, and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel if you have not already done so. We're making a push here to 20,000 subscribers. We hope to get there by the end of the month. So with that being said, you guys enjoy your day. Stay safe out there. We'll see you guys later on tonight.